Nutrition by Victoria, back for another video. So many of you had questions about my fruitarian diet, which, by the way, I'm not 100% fruitarian. I'm still eating vegetables. I'm still having cooked vegetables. But for the last 2 months, I've been getting the majority of my calories from fruit. Actually, I've been getting the majority of my calories from fruit for years and years and years. But in the last 2 months, I really amped it up and I've been able to stick to it. So I want to talk today about how to be a successful fruitarian, because a lot of you are interested, a lot of you have questions, so I want to address them today. So first things first, in order to be successful on a fruit predominant diet where you're eating fruit for breakfast, fruit for lunch, fruit for dinner, all the calories that you're consuming are coming from fruit, which is a human ideal. A lot of people strive for this kind of a diet because it has a lot of healing potential. A lot of health professionals endorse this style of a diet. Humans are frugivorous creatures in terms of our anatomy. We digest, assimilate, and absorb the sugars found in fruits as well as simple sugars much easier than we do starches. It just requires less effort from the body, so it allows the body to send its energy elsewhere for, healing purposes. But in order for you to be successful with being fruitarian, because a lot of people try being fruitarian, getting the majority of their calories from fruit, and they fail miserably because of one simple factor, and that is they simply do not get enough calories in. So the first thing is that you have to be trained. You have to have trained your metabolism to be a high functioning metabolism that's very efficient at burning carbohydrates for fuel. Why carbohydrates? Because carbohydrates are our body's preferred fuel source. We can only burn glucose for fuel, and even in times of carbohydrate shortage, we are still converting fats and proteins to glucose in order to keep our cellular metabolic machinery running so that we have abundant ATP, or cellular energy currency, available for our cells to function properly. So that's what this all comes down to, is that you need to be able to get in enough sugars, enough glucose from fruits in order for a fruitarian diet to work for you. This is a principle that most people negate, and it's simply because they don't understand how the human body works. And meeting your cellular energy needs is a fundamental principle of human metabolism that cannot be avoided. It has to be prioritized in order for whatever diet you're doing to work for you. So I highly suggest, if eating a predominantly fruit-based diet is on your agenda, that one, you get used to just eating carbohydrates in general, eating a high carb, low fat, plant-based vegan diet. That is step one. That is what I've been doing for the last decade. I've been training my body to use carbohydrates very efficiently for fuel, so that when I've made the switch from fruits, sugars, and starches to just fruits and sugars, my body is like, okay, we're just going to become more efficient at all this energy coming in and give you more energy. So that is the first step. That's the foundation. And also you want to have that foundation set, that raw till 4 foundation, that fruit, sugars, starches foundation set, so that if you don't get enough calories from fruits, for example, fruits and sugars, then you fall back to starches. You don't fall back to fats. You don't fall back to junk food. You don't fall back to non-vegan food, okay? So you have to have that foundation set so that when you're unable to stick to your fruitarian diet, you fall back to a option that is just as healthy, okay? Because you're still getting your carbohydrates in, you're still keeping it high carb, low fat, so you're still going to obtain and maintain your results, okay? So that is the gist of it, is getting in enough calories. So not only do you want to have that foundation set, But when you go and eat your fruit calories, we're not eating one meal a day. We're not eating 1,200 calories worth of fruit a day. I consume, and I'll show you guys my Cronometer, 3,000 calories a day right now eating a fruit predominant diet. That is how much I need to eat to stay satiated, to honor my appetite, and to maintain my current state of health. I'm not trying to manipulate my body in any kind of way. I just wanted to settle into where it's going to be at. So when I first shifted into eating the majority of my calories from fruit and switching my starch dinners out for fruit dinners, I dropped about 5 pounds from where I was sitting. So I lost the majority of my 20-pound weight loss in the last year eating raw till 4. The reason I lost weight was because I have made my metabolism very high and very efficient, so that when I switched to predominantly fruit eating and not so much starch eating, my metabolism has just been able to work that much better. So I dropped an extra 5 pounds. But ever since I dropped that 5 pounds, my weight has stayed stable. And that is, my goal is health stability. I want to feel good. I want to look good. I want to function well. I want to be mentally stable. I want to sleep good. Anyways, that's all there is to it, is creating your foundation, having your raw till 4 foundation set where you know how to eat enough fruit, sugars, and starches for your body. Then moving into a fruitarian diet where you're not restricting your calories, you're not eating one meal a day, you're eating enough calories from a fruit-based diet. So let me show you my Cronometer, and that's gonna be it for today's video. Leave any comments or questions down below, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye. Okay, so here is my Cronometer data from yesterday. You can see my total calorie intake was about 3,200, and yeah, here are my stats for my protein, carbs, and fat intake. And these are the ratios I feel best on, is where I'm getting majority of my calories from carbohydrates. And these are the foods I ate yesterday and their amounts, approximate amounts. It's hard for me to know exactly how much I'm eating because I don't sit there and weigh everything exactly, but this is definitely a good estimate of how much I ate yesterday. I was pretty hungry yesterday, so I ate a lot. And the broccoli and carrots I had were cooked, and I put those in my dinner salad. And then I also included the exercise I did yesterday. I did a lot of exercise yesterday, actually. I did 20 minutes of yoga, 22-minute run in the morning. I got out on my road bike. I did 10 minutes on my rebounder, and I also was on my stationary bike in the morning for 30 minutes. Okay, so let's go and look at my nutrition data. So I really don't know if my calories burned is accurate or not, nor does it matter. I'm more focused on my macronutrient ratios of carbs to fat to protein and my calorie intake, as well as meeting my micronutrient targets for the most part. So the RDA for protein for women is 46 grams a day. I think mine might be set for breastfeeding still. That's why it's set at 61. And you can see I've met all of my highlighted targets. Folate super high. Met all of my vitamins, except for E is a little short. I'm not too concerned about that. And then I'm just short on selenium for my minerals, but again, I'm not really concerned about that either, because I'm meeting the majority of my needs. Zinc too. Minerals, they don't have a high turnover rate in the body, so as long as you're getting some in, you're good. Other than like potassium, that one you definitely want to make sure you're getting enough of every day. My iron, I've like almost doubled the RDA for that. Fiber, 97 grams. Majority of my fats are coming from omega-3 fatty acids, which is good. And protein, you know, I got all of it in, and I feel really good. So yeah, that is my nutrition data for you guys to check out. Hope you enjoyed.